Hello Pisces, and welcome to your reading for the weeks of April 16 through 29, 2024. This is a reading if you are Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising, or have another significant Pisces placement in your chart. If you are new to this channel, welcome. It's good to have you. And if you are returning, welcome back. Hopefully this is a good reading. This is going to cover mostly the rest of the month of April. And we are now starting to being able to breathe a little bit easier after the really intense astrological aspects that we had prior to April the 13th. We had two eclipses, we had a Saturn-Mars conjunction, we have Mercury retrograde, which is still going on. So we still have that to contend with through the 24th or 25th of April. And we do have a really nice conjunction coming up on the 20th. Uranus is going to conjunct Jupiter in Taurus. So that's going to be a really nice aspect of bringing possible financial surprises that are good, like something good and unexpected that allows you to have an opportunity or expand your horizons. We also have the rather difficult Mars placement on the 29th that could potentially lead to some frustrations or at least some tempers flaring. So keep that in mind. I do read these cards according to the 12 houses of astrology. And so I use the 12 house positions, and I use the Murray-Hope Way of Cartouche deck. This is the primary deck that I use to read with, and then I will clarify it with the tarot deck. And this week I'm happy to show you the new Austin Osman Spare tarot deck that came out from Strange Tractor Press. Here's the box for it. Some people are big fans of Spare and his artwork and his Spare sigils. He deals a lot with chaos magic and things like that. And this is his tarot deck that has come out. This was on a Kickstarter, and I just got this deck this week. So I'm very excited to get that, and I'm test driving it on the readings that I'm doing this week. It is a little bit different from the regular. It's very, very close to regular tarot, but he has some other interpretations in there. So we're going to be using those, and then we're going to end with a card from the Moonology deck. And just wanted to mention, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment if you choose. Subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know when these videos come out. And also in the description below, I have some links to my website, my social media, and other offerings, so you can check that out if you choose. Okay, so let's begin at the first house here. If you're not familiar with how I do this, you'll see pretty soon how I do this. First house is Aries. Okay, so this is about your personality, how you present yourself to the world, your identity, how people see you. We have Anubis with the Six of, let's see, with the Six of Spades, and I'm just seeing what he says on this card. Okay, because he calls this the card of a sweetheart, okay? So yeah, the Anubis card has to do with protection, so you may be keeping your boundaries up with people right now. Maybe this is maybe you're keeping your boundaries up with a sweetheart, I don't know, with a particular person. Or maybe right now, sometimes the Six of Spades has a lot to do with moving away from difficult situations, moving away from a struggle. I feel like this is a card usually of people, as the Six of Swords, it would be moving away from a situation that has been very, very stressful. So I think maybe right now, Pisces, you are at the point, you're protecting your feelings a little bit right now. I mean, Anubis is still a card of being friendly, of being diplomatic, but there is definitely a sense of keeping to yourself a little bit. Second house is Taurus energy. This is about your finances. So this primarily about finances. It's Venus energy. And you have Horus with the Seven of Clubs, which is the card they're saying of success and advantage. So this is very good energy, certainly for finances. With Horus here, there's a couple of possibilities. This is a card of healing, okay, most generally. Some people could be spending money on healing therapies, whether they be mental or physical. That's possible. Sometimes this has to do with the family. So Horus could indicate funds that are coming in from the family or connected to the family in some way. And it can also it's also a very creative card. So this could be money that's earned through creative ventures. So again, I'm covering all aspects of these. This is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. But if you've been having financial difficulties or things you need to sort out, Horus can also indicate overcoming financial difficulties as well, because this is definitely about overcoming difficult odds. And the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Clubs in this case, could be a case of standing your ground, making sure that, knowing that you're doing the right thing. I mean, that fits in very much with the Anubis energy too. So this may be a situation where you are very determined to make something right, and Horus definitely promises success, and like I said, possibly family help, or possibly something connected to creative work as well, or healing work. Third house is Gemini energy. This is where the retrograde would still be affecting things. This is communication, short journeys, self-effort. So this is, if you're self-employed, that would be an aspect of this house. And then also sibling relationships, brother-sister relationships. Okay, so we have the Sphinx card plus the 10 of Spades, which he's calling the long journey card. That's interesting. It's a long journey card in the short journey house. So what this would suggest to me with Sphinx can indicate secrets. It can indicate being passive, waiting for messages to come in from somebody, perhaps somebody at a distance with this long journey card. 10 of Spades, if we connect it to the 10 of Swords in the traditional deck, that would have more to do with something that's coming to an end, like something that's absolutely finished. Yeah, Sphinx would indicate sitting back and not saying something for right now. Or just, there could be some kind of a situation that is ending, or maybe there is a communication with someone at a distance where either you feel like you shouldn't respond, or that perhaps you think that somebody is keeping a secret of some kind. Now, sometimes with secrets in this card, there can be betrayals, and I don't want to really interpret it that way, but if you're protecting yourself, it could be that there's some kind of communications from somebody that maybe you don't trust. Maybe you feel they're not giving you all the information that you need. That is certainly a possibility here. So either way, I feel like this is about, hanging back, not asserting yourself, not saying things, and this may have to do with secrets being revealed. And the fact that there's a long journey card having to do with water, again, this could have to do with somebody who's at a distance from you. But if that doesn't apply, you could look at the more traditional interpretation of this card, which might be about just endings or something coming to an end. Okay, fourth house. This is Cancer energy. Cancer is about your home, your family, your physical home, and also your sense of being at home, as well as your ancestry more generally, and the mother in particular. Okay, so we have the Eight of Diamonds with, which he describes as secret, unknown, unforeseen, and then you have the Earth card. Now, Eight of Diamonds, if he's treating this as the Eight of Pentacles, that would be very much more like a card of hard work, okay? Working very hard at something, which does fit in with the Earth energy here. Because Earth, you could be somebody who's working from home, or you could be in the process of selling a house when Earth is here. Earth can also indicate just the opposite. Like if you're thinking about moving, this might be about staying put and putting down roots, okay? But this as idea of a secret, I don't know, maybe somebody is secretly going to sell a house or do something like that, and I don't know, maybe that's part of the distrust here. I don't know. There could be something around the home, or maybe something that family is doing surrounding money that they're maybe keeping a secret. That's also possible here. Generally speaking, though, this is very strong Earth energy here, so this would be more about financial security, and putting down roots is really more generally what this is. But the fact that we have a secret card here and a secret card here, and a need for protection here, I don't know. There could be, I feel like there's something going on in the background that maybe you're trying to figure out, and it may be connected to, actually, Taurus being with family and money, maybe this is something that you're trying to figure out financially here with somebody. Again, that's just possible based on the trend here, but not necessarily. So take that as it resonates. But for somebody, I think there's definitely a family thing going on here, where there may be somebody's not being above board about something. Fifth house, Leo energy. This is creativity, children, love affairs, recreation. And you have the Lotus card with the Six of Hearts, which he calls the card of puzzle, doubt, indecision, and indifference. Okay, that's not very nice, is it? So yeah, this could be, okay, if we're talking about a situation where maybe you are interested in somebody, wanting to date somebody, and maybe you don't feel frustrated, like you're not having success, what this could mean, the fact that this is coming up, I mean, it could be somebody who's indifferent, but I feel like with the Lotus card, you could be dealing with somebody who's just very stressed right now, therefore might be indecisive. Six of Hearts, this is like Six of Cups, and in traditional decks, this has to do with people potentially who return from the past. So it is Mercury retrograde. Maybe there's somebody who you had a past situation, maybe who's coming around again, maybe who runs hot and cold with you. I don't know, that's possible. Or seems undecided, or maybe you can't figure out what their motives are. Lotus would say to me in that case, don't worry about it. Again, there's an element of peaceful continuity. And certainly if this is about a love affair, then this would be a situation that I just would not trust. I would just assume that once retrograde's over, it's going to go away. That's generally how these go. I mean, certain people, this could be just a situation where you need to, maybe there's secrets that need to be uncovered. Maybe there's an ending that you need to establish here. That's possible as well. If it has to do with a creative project, again, there could just be some indecision about this or about something connected to a child. That's possible as well. Again, take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a general reading. So I'm covering all bases. And yeah, so there's some kind of doubt or indecision, but with the Lotus card, there seems to be, don't worry about it. Don't have mental anxiety. Generally, things are going to proceed as they should. Okay, I mean, they're not going, there's going to be a peaceful continuity of things. And this could be just something that is going to pass once this time period goes on. But I feel like this is a lot of, even though Leo is not the house connected to the retrograde specifically, though some of you may have fifth house, the retrograde might be affecting your fifth house, and maybe that's somebody who's watching this. I don't know. But nonetheless, it does seem like there's, certainly if this is about a love matter, I would say for right now, this is something you might just want to leave alone, either walk away from it, or if it's somebody who's returning, or just give something some time because maybe somebody isn't ready yet. Okay, sixth house. This is Virgo energy and has to do with health, healing, worries and anxieties, and also your job. If you do work a kind of 9-to-5 type job, or any job really, any job you get paid for, and also if you have domestic animals of any kind, pets. Okay, so we have the universe with Hathor. Okay, so yeah, this feels to me like something, there's definitely this energy of ending here. You could be leaving a job. You could be, sometimes the world has to do with remote work or working abroad or overseas or far away. Those are both possible. Hathor to me, though, seems to indicate getting things organized. I mean, sometimes this is a card, I think I mentioned in Aquarius, it's either Aquarius or Capricorn's reading, I can't remember exactly, but I feel like there was somebody who had an energy of like maybe doing something like with aesthetics, like so working in a beauty salon, doing makeup, doing massage, doing something like that is possible with this card, could be that kind of work, but does not have to be. I feel more like this is about, with all this ending stuff, I feel like this is like getting things organized. If something's coming to an end, this could be getting all your projects and things in order and getting organized before you move on to another job, okay? That could be what that is. If there is just something that you're more generally worried about and it's not connected to a job, then the world would suggest that whatever this is coming to an end. Hathor would encourage, again, there's this definite strong home vibe to it, of grounding, indulging in creature comforts, and also potentially sometimes in terms of health, this can come up when we need to eat better, when we might need to, something that we're eating might be affecting us negatively. Again, doesn't have to be, and I always say, take any health advice here with a grain of salt. Your doctor is the best person for that, not me. But there's definitely an element here. I feel like more this is like an element of getting organized. Like this is the Virgo house, and there's a Virgo vibe to this card, in the sense of trying to get things straightened up and cleaned up to make an ending or to move ahead with something. Okay, seventh house is Libra energy. This is partnerships that are of legal nature, so marriages or prospects for marriage. It can also have to do with business partnerships, legal contracts. And okay, so we have the High Priestess with the Crook and Flail. Okay, yeah, again, there's another idea. This is the third time we've seen secrecy. High Priestess has to do with secrecy of some kind. Something that somebody is not telling you, or maybe you're not telling somebody else. Maybe you're not sharing. I mean, we do have Anubis. You're kind of protecting yourself here. Crook and Flail can indicate somebody who is an authority figure. So you could have a spouse who's an authority figure, or somebody who is high up in an organization or is getting a promotion or something like that. It can also be, if we're talking about business and business partnerships, this could have to do with something about a contract or contractual relationship, some kind of legal matter where something is hidden, something's not being told to you. Yeah, I'm feeling across the board here that at least somebody watching this reading, and again, I don't want to get very, very specific in a general reading, But there's definitely some element of some kind of partnership or some kind of arrangement that may be connected to business here. Maybe it's within the marriage too, where somebody is not telling you something, and this seems to have to do with finances or with some kind of legal contract or arrangement. Okay, that's definitely coming up here for somebody. But there's definitely, there's something is being hidden here. And yeah, the fact that I'm seeing this sweetheart card here, I don't know. I don't know if there's somebody, maybe some of you have a partner who is maybe not telling you the truth about something connected to a job. Maybe you've got a partner or somebody who maybe is promising you something long-term commitment-wise, but maybe they're not being above board about maybe certain issues they're having. Ultimately, though, a lot of these cards do suggest the truth coming out on something, especially Crook and Flail. And Crook and Flail does indicate the idea of, being on the right side of the law. So I don't know. I don't know if somebody's got some kind of legal trouble they're not telling you about. There's something here for somebody of that nature. Let's look at the 8th house. This is Scorpio energy. This is transformation. So this is endings, beginnings. Can also have to do with joint finances. Okay, so we have the King of Clubs with fire. So this is really double fire here if we view clubs as wands. So King of Wands traditionally is somebody who is, determined to get what they want. I mean, the king is somebody who has the resources, who is well positioned, who is experienced. I mean, that's all good. And we have fire here. So fire is a determination not only to be inspired to move ahead to something new, but also to burn up the rubbish and get rid of what's old. So overall, Pisces, I feel like you are finding out the truth about a lot of things, seeing who has your back and who doesn't, and making decisions about, what stays and what goes. Okay? I feel like that's really the strong energy of the 8th house there. 9th house is Sagittarius energy. Sag has to do with Jupiter energy, so it can have to do with higher education or continued education and the institutions connected to that. It can have to do with deeper thought, so philosophy, religion, religious institutions, or anything connected to that. Anything that's deeper questions about the meaning of life and so forth, or the meaning, the existence of God and stuff like that, as opposed to the more practical communications of the 3rd house. This can have to do with long distance travel, and it can also have to do with just freedom and expanding your boundaries generally. Okay, so we have the 9 of Diamonds, which he calls crosses, displeasure, sharpness. So this has more of the element of the 9 of Wands, even though it's diamonds here. Although it could be like the 9 of Swords too. That sometimes the 9 of Swords is just the kind of mental anguish we put ourselves through. This is almost like a kind of a mixture of the two. And we have it with the Twins. So there could be some concerns about somebody who is at a distance, maybe somebody who is a partner. Now, I don't know whether this is a spouse or marriage partner, whether this is a friend or business partner. It is in the house of education, so I don't know if this is connected to some kind of educational collaboration or religious one. All those are possible. Or it could be maybe if you have a child at school or something like that, or somebody that maybe there definitely seems to be the idea of strong worry about someone or something not going as planned. Maybe you want to take a trip to see somebody and there's obstacles to that right now. This also is the house of legal issues, so I don't know. For some of you, this energy here could potentially be a divorce. Maybe there's somebody who's not revealing all their assets or giving you all the information. That may be why maybe why I have all this energy of you holding your own here. That might be the case for someone here. This definitely seems to be the idea of a partner who's creating some kind of vexatious situation, and it may be legal in nature, might be financial in nature. But again, this is the idea of if it's not to do with law, it could be somebody who is at a distance from you. Or again, remember I mentioned education and all those other things. So for some people, they may literally be connected to one of those institutions. So take it as it resonates. 10th house, Capricorn energy. Capricorn is career, fame, reputation, the father. Okay, so we have the Juggler card with the Isis card. So in a way, this is almost like, we have the High Priestess over here. This is almost like the Magician and the High Priestess together in a way, because Isis has that kind of energy in the Cartouche deck. But Isis energy can also indicate something for which you need to be patient, that you need to nurture and cultivate. Okay, so that's a little bit like the Empress, I guess, as well. But with the Juggler card, the Juggler is the Magician, and so this is the idea of working to manifest what it is you want in terms of your career, or what kind of legacy you want to leave, in terms of your what you feel your purpose is, or what you have to offer the world. this card could indicate somebody who's a manipulator, but in the upright position, what's coming into my mind more is that you're trying to manifest something. You're trying to take action and move ahead. I mean, we do have this fire energy over here. We have the King of Clubs. I mean, I think you're somebody who is working to make it for yourself, or to move in the direction you want. Now, Magician is card number 1. So sometimes it could be something that you're at the beginning of. For some of you, this could be something that's brand new. But Isis might indicate a situation where you have to nurture it carefully and where you have to be patient. Isis, I think, would also here be saying, make sure you're not too hard on yourself over a particular situation. So, you're definitely working to move ahead, but again, you may have to have some patience with some things. Okay, 11th house is Aquarius energy, friendships, social relationships, business relationships, your social networks. It can have to do with your goals and your hopes and wishes. This also is a house of destiny. So, okay, we have the 3 of clubs with Ta, and 3 of clubs in this deck means within a year or at a distance, okay? So this could be a friend who's at a distance from you. It could be that a hope or wish is going to come true maybe in a year's time, or, and roughly, not soon, basically. Ta would indicate building something. This is the card of the master maker. It's Capricorn energy, and it's very Saturnian. So so Saturn is definitely about something that is going to take some time. So I feel like this may have to do with your goals. It may, again, I remember seeing this Magician with Isis here. Yeah, there's the idea that you are building something, you are perfecting your craft. Maybe you have friends or people in your network who are helping you do that. But whatever it is, it's something that you're not going to have any quick results. Something is going to take some time to get it to where you want it to be. And finally, your own energy, which is the 12th house, Pisces. This is about, excuse me, with what's hidden, areas where you might have self-doubt, or you might have fears, where you might be in an imaginative or escapist space, so you might not be seeing things entirely clearly. But I feel like this more in a reading has more to do with where we might have fears or doubts. And you have the 10 of Hearts, which is, okay, that's affection and gratification. That is one of the wish cards. And you have Osiris. So yeah, so in the house of fear, I would suggest that you are worried about the stability of things and worried about whether or not only whether or not you're going to get your wishes or end up where you want to be, but 10 of Hearts, I think, also has a very strong family and community vibe. So you may be worried about how certain changes may be affecting your family or community. So that definitely seems to be a thing. Now, this isn't the house of worry. So I feel like whatever's going on here, this is just something that we're kind of puzzling through right now, making sure that you have all of the information that you need to move ahead, but there definitely is a sense of keep plugging along patiently here. Overall, you have Bast. So Bast is a card of happiness. It's a card of mental healing and also of recognition, of wanting to be acknowledged, for who you are and what you do. It's also got a very strong social vibe. Now, 3 cards wanted to come out with this from the spare deck, so I just took one, because I'd taken one at first, and then it kept throwing the other 2 at me, so I said, all right, well, we're going to do all 3 then. So you have the Lover's card, you have the 9 of Spades, which it's calling the Failure card, okay? It's not a card of failure, but it's calling it the Failure card. And then you have the Star, which is completely not failure. This is about wishes granted, okay? So what this says to me is you have some choices to make. This 9 of Spades is actually more of a fear of failure. So I feel like there's a lot of anxiety that, you want to be careful about what decision you make because you don't want to make the wrong decision. You don't want to fail at something. And it seems like there may be some things at stake, especially if there's legal matters involved, especially if there's a spouse or a family situation, or just some kind of situation, some kind of secret that's going to be revealed that maybe is going to, where you feel you have to protect yourself in some way. But we do have the Star of Hope, so definitely this has to do with healing. Ultimately, I feel like things are going to end up with a very good result in spite of this right now. And yeah, the lovers could literally have to do with another person, but sometimes it just has to do with making sure that we are making careful and wise decisions that are going to benefit us. And but I'm seeing with fire in the 8th house, I feel like you're going to be able to do what it takes to, as they say, burn up the rubbish and resolve the problem. You did not get the Crisis card in this reading. You did not get either the Tower or the Seth card, which usually are the ones. So I feel like whatever this is a nuisance right now. I mean, you do have this 10 of spades, but again, this is talking about long journey. So this could just be somebody at a distance. You know, we see this person at a distance here. So this may be somebody far away for some of you. But whatever this is, I feel like it's going to come out. You have, like I said, you have the star here. Let me just cover this up because it's got a lot of undressed figures on these cards. Whoops. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, once again, Pisces, I want to give you a lot of information here. You got 3. All right, so yeah, first of all, as I said, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay, let's see if I can get this so you can read it. Sun's decided to come in right now. Have faith in your dreams. Okay. And new moon, a new start is coming. Okay, the other 2 were waxing crescent moon and full moon in Capricorn. So, yeah. So I think that perfectly actually sums up this reading. Yeah, seems like there's been a tough cycle right now. You are going to be approaching the end. I mean, again, this is showing something in terms of career or goals that may take up to a year, maybe taking some time. But it seems like the difficult things will be coming to an end. It is saying to have faith in your dreams, even if they're taking longer maybe than you want. And it is saying that a new start is incoming. So overall, very good news for you, Pisces. I hope this reading has been helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like it, please hit the like button. Leave me a comment if you would like to. And also hit subscribe and the notification bell if you have not, if you don't want to miss these videos. Thank you so much. Be safe, and we'll see you at the end of the month.